Welcome, everybody. This is John Mulligan with Action Coach, and today I'm joined by Scott Fowler, who owns NW Self-Defense Products, and he has the Red pepper spray brand. And you are in Oregon, and I'm out here in Florida. So, welcome to our podcast.
Well, thank you very much. I'm happy to join you today.
Thank you. So, if you wouldn't mind, just give us a little about of your background. I mean, we chatted earlier, but a little bit of your background and how did you get into the self-defense product business?
Certainly. Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting story. In 1991, I started a career with Oregon Department of Corrections. Back then, my only experience with law enforcement was just 4 years in the military.
Hmm.
So I really applied myself, worked hard. Within a year, I was joined the tactical SWAT team here locally. And 7 years later, I transferred to another prison that was just coming online and really continued to just learn and apply myself. And at that point, I became the tactical squad leader at Two Rivers Correctional Institution, and I did that for at least 10 years as squad leader and tactical cadre, and just continued to really work on learning everything about less lethal. Also, being an instructor, taser master instructor, pepper spray instructor, and
Oh,
all of
wow.
those positions.
Hmm.
And so that set the stage for what came next. Um, my wife and I always wanted our own business, and I knew that someday I was going to retire from Oregon DOC.
Hmm.
So in 2009, my wife and I founded NW Self-Defense Products, and at that point, we were selling everyone else's pepper spray. And so just continued to learn the business aspect, um, all of the major players in the pepper spray industry at that point, while still working for Oregon Department of Corrections and
Hmm.
finishing up that career. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to be the go-to person for pepper spray because there's so much misinformation on the market, so many snake oil salesmen, and just, a lot of products that are made overseas and things in your time of need. If
Hmm.
you need it to work, it really has to.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn everything about what was inside the can, what made pepper spray work. It also went with the Department of Corrections job as well, but then just applying that to the business so I could field questions for people because
Okay.
people are hungry for information. Um, so fast forward to 2022. At that point, after being in the self-defense market, and gaining that knowledge, with the industry, we went ahead and launched our own brand, Red. So
Hmm.
now we have
That's
our
read
own
with two D's,
brand,
right?
Red with two D's. That's
Yep.
correct. Yeah. And so at this point, we've got one patent pending pepper spray formula,
Hmm.
two other patents as well. Um, and I'm retired as of 2017 and working this business full time.
Perfect. And then do you and your wife jointly own this? Are there any other
Yes.
investments? Okay.
No, it's just her and I. It's an LLC and her and I together.
And
So
then how many employees do you have?
you're looking at
Okay, wow. All right,
it.
good. Nice.
Yeah.
So then
So,
what's the process you went through to kind of develop the formula for red?
so really the trick is it's really a funny story in a way. So there's in this industry, there hasn't been a lot of innovation.
Okay.
There are a lot of American-made products that work and work great.
Hmm.
Uh, a lot of people in the market really want something that works fast and that's powerful,
Hmm.
as far as a self-defense spray, because you want to shut that individual down quickly
Hmm.
so you can escape. Um, so with this new formulation, uh, it's a triple action formula. It's OC pepper, 2% at 2 million Scoville heat units, 1% military grade CS tear gas, and we've also added 0.3% PAVA. So
Which is,
PAVA
yeah,
is
what is that?
I'm sorry, yeah. PAVA's a synthetic OC pepper.
Okay.
So it's a man-made pepper product. Your typical pepper sprays are derived from the cayenne pepper or a pepper derivative.
Hmm.
Um, so we've got that plus the pava, which really is about 1,000 times more powerful than your normal OC derivative from the plant as far
Wow.
as activating that response.
Okay. That's a, I, I know, well, when we chatted earlier, I know you've been hit in the face multiple times by this because somebody's got to do it. Fortunately, I never have. So, but I can't imagine it's a fun experience. Um, so as a business owner, what are some of the challenges that you've had to overcome on this journey?
Probably the biggest challenge is earning, you come in to this market that's already established, so
Right.
you're a new player on the market. So it takes time to earn that business, to earn uh, people's trust for your name to just really get out there.
Hmm.
A lot of people, uh, well, they say, it's not fast enough money for me. People want to get rich overnight.
Right.
This isn't one of those things. You're in it for the long game. And
Hmm.
really, my passion is to put good products in the hands of people that need it. And
Okay.
so it's playing the long game and really getting your name out there because people want something solid and it's name recognition. So that's really the biggest challenge, is
Okay.
just getting that recognition.
Yeah. So, I mean, that leads me to another question. Who would be your typical audience? Like who are your primary customers?
So we're also we sell our products on Amazon. We're also we have our own website,
Hmm.
Walmart.com, the normal outlets.
Hmm.
So the typical audience is the citizens that are looking for self-defense, plus
Hmm.
law enforcement, plus private security, military. So those pretty much kind of in that order
Okay.
is looking.
And then if I were to go, let's say Amazon, why would I choose you over somebody else? What would be some unique selling factors you have?
Yeah, that's a great question as well. Sometimes people are looking for just a price point,
Okay.
and so when people I mean, you can get a cheap truck stop pepper spray for $2. You
Yes.
get what you pay for. Like I say, some of the products are made overseas and it's not regulated.
Yeah.
So it's,
Is there some potential safety issues with some of these pepper sprays? I know, like I said, I still don't want to get hit in the face by one, but I also don't want to get hit and die. So are there potential safety issues with some of these that obviously yours does not have? I mean, yours is not pleasant, but it's not going to kill you either. So,
right. No, that's another real good question. There, you know, really pretty much all the pepper sprays are relatively safe. It's
okay.
not, you're not getting hit with it every day. You know,
Hmm.
um, some of the pepper sprays, they have a little bit harsher solvent
Hmm.
than some of the other products.
Hmm.
So, you're using a little bit of solvent to get that product to transfer it from the container, onto the
Sure.
individual,
Uh-huh.
along with the propellant,
Right.
emulsifier, and those kind of things. But um, some of the solvents can be a little harsh, uh,
Sure.
but
Okay.
you're not engulfed in that solvent every day.
Right. Fortunately.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so so that leads to customers and marketing. So have you actually calculated like as a percentage of revenue, how much do you spend on marketing? You don't have to give me a dollar amount, but just if you know percent of revenue.
Well, the unfortunate thing with with marketing is it's really expensive, uh,
Hmm.
and so you want that return on that investment. Uh,
Right.
it's not always realized as far as that return, and especially being a new player on the market. Like I
Sure.
say, we launched in 22, so we really needed to front load a lot of advertising to get Red's brand name out there.
Hmm.
Um, like I say, in the long game, hopefully we can back down on that eventually and have that residual come in. Um, so we do quite a bit of advertising on Amazon, and
Okay.
it's fairly expensive.
Hmm.
You know,
Do you have social media as well?
Yeah. So we do a lot of exposure videos, where I'm getting sprayed. A lot because, I really want to put that out there
Yeah.
because I'm never going to put anything in someone's hands that I don't have my personal stamp of approval on.
Okay.
So we do have a lot of YouTube videos. We've also had other folks in the YouTube sphere that tests a lot of products, and especially with us coming out with our new X3 formula, we're really going to be seeking folks to, hey, here's a free package, test it, do your
Okay.
video, and
Sure.
because that's really huge, uh,
Right.
especially with bigger named folks that are doing that sort of thing.
Okay. Oh, that's really fascinating. I'm gonna take it back to something else you said at the beginning. You said so you and your wife decided you wanted to own a business. So
Yeah.
I love to talk to business owners and ask this question. Why? Why did you say I would rather, work all these hours for a lot of uncertainty in the future than have a steady job or just live off my retirement? So what are some of the reasons that you said, I think I want to run a business?
Um, that is the core with kind of what I do.
Hmm.
Um, I wanted to do something in retirement that really benefited one, our family, and also benefited other people,
Hmm.
out in the market.
Yeah.
Um, so working inside a prison, to be honest, is a drag. It's a mentally tough job.
Yes.
And so so what happens that I've seen a lot of people, they retire.
Hmm.
When they do, they're done. They come home, they sit on the
Right.
couch, and there's been a lot of people that I've known that didn't just continue to engage their mind or continue to do something.
Hmm.
And that life longevity, that within 10 years, they pass away.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to continue being engaged. I want to continue to keep my mind active and
Hmm.
also build something for uh, generational for our family that I can hand down and also that's really substantial as far as just innovating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, it sounds really good. So you mentioned you got a new product, X3. So what are your long-term plans with this company?
So long
And
term,
also, how's X3 different than Red? Just curious about that.
okay, okay, yeah. So that's our fourth formula.
Okay.
And so this one we are, like I say, it's patent pending at this point,
Hmm.
and we went ahead and did that because it's different. Our other three formulas, industry standard,
Hmm.
it's a
Hmm.
typical pepper spray and a pepper gel. We also have an OCCS blend. That's products that have been on the market for years.
Okay.
So to answer your question in a nutshell, what we want to do with the business is we also have kids that are grown at this point in their 20s. And
Hmm.
specifically, one of my sons, he is really interested in just jumping into this with me. And when
Good.
we're able, we're going to bring him on full time. And eventually, most likely, this will be his baby as well. And then I
Oh, very
can
nice.
step back and yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's a great, sounds like a great strategy. Um, so if I were to give you a little magic wand right now, what would be one thing that you would really, that you just want to touch your business and say, this is what I would like to improve at the moment?
Um, I would say having that ability to bring Gage on as a full-time,
Oh, nice.
person. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I could do, but at this point we're not in that position to move on that full-time. So,
Okay.
and he
All
would
right.
love
Sounds
it.
good. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure. And then I'm kind of curious. So obviously, just a two-person operation, so you're not in your kitchen stirring up spray.
Mhm.
So how does you find the whole outsourcing experience and manufacturing process and that type of thing?
Yeah, so the company that we use to fill for us is Shamrock Filling LLC out of
Hmm.
Canton, Ohio.
Okay.
And what they do is they own Airco International, which is a brand. They own that, they fill that for themselves. We also do distribution for them in that product as well.
Okay.
That product's been around for years. The owner of Shamrock, John McCann, he founded Shamrock Filling around 2020, and
Okay.
they also make bear sprays.
Oh,
They
wow.
do basically third party filling for other companies.
Hmm.
So with business, it's all about relationships.
Sure.
John and I became friends, and when we decided to launch Red, I approached him. I said, "What do you think? Would you fill for us?" And he said, "Absolutely. Go for it."
Okay.
Um, so at that point, a little scary, but you just got to
Yeah.
jump in. If it's something you want, jump in and just do it.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's great. And frankly, that's really, really good advice. I think there's a lot of people who are just like, I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite ready. And then you're never really ready. You just got to
Right.
go for it and do it.
I
Right.
agree. Yeah.
It'll work itself out eventually. All right. So, and maybe this is the advice, but I was going to ask you, what's one piece of advice that you would give to other business owners?
Um, I think my biggest piece of advice is always treat everybody great.
Hmm.
So something I've discovered in business, it is about relationships. It doesn't matter what your business is. It doesn't matter what your strategy is. And it's all about relationships. It's either a good relationship or a terrible relationship.
Okay.
So I always want to have that good relationship with people.
Hmm.
And, to be honest, it's just about putting yourself out there. And I'm a Christian in nature. I always want to glorify my God. And I just want people to know that what we do, that everything's always above board. Don't cut corners ever.
Hmm.
Just just be solid. There's a lot of competition out there, and
Yes.
it's just treat everybody great, like you would want to be treated.
Yeah. No, that's fabulous advice. I think you're absolutely right. I think there are some people out there that are trying to get over on other people, and in the long
Yeah.
run, that's not a good strategy.
Well, it absolutely, because fast forward 5 years later, you're not in business.
Well, exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah. So, all right, I've had a lot of fun. Any last closing remarks you want to? I know that actually when I tell you that we met through a mutual friend, I think they met. Did you guys meet at SHOT Show? Is that what it was?
No,
No.
we it was we just were doing business. As far
Okay.
as that uh, contact through Shamrock Filling, because
Oh,
they do business with that person as well, and
okay.
so
Good. Well, she's been on my podcast, so I'll tell her. Her name is
yeah.
Jessica Adnich, and she's Design Pod Studio, and she also runs a nonprofit called Sharkapalooza. So we'll give her a little free plug there. Um,
She's
she's great.
wonderful.
She really is. All right, awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, Scott. Again, today, this is John Mulligan with Action Coach. We've been talking with Scott Fowler of NW Self Defense Products. In what you're in Pendleton, Oregon, is that right?
Pendleton, Oregon,
Okay.
Cowboy Town. Yeah.
Yes, very nice. Well, thank you so much for the time today, Scott. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, sir.